Thanks for sticking with us for this final segment of training camp tonight. Well, throughout the offseason, one of the biggest storylines heading into Broncos Camp 2020 was the competition at the running back position between Melvin Gordon and Phillip Lindsay. However, those aren't the only two backs who've been flashing throughout camp so far. The Broncos' 2018 draft pick and Royce Freeman has had a stellar camp so far, and he is standing by with Ryan Edwards and Benjamin Allbright to share how Broncos Camp 2020 differs from years past and what it's been like splitting reps with a pair of Pro Bowlers.
Joined right now by Broncos running back Royce Freeman. Royce, how are you?
Good. How you doing?
We're doing good. Thanks for joining us. How different has this training camp been for you, especially, well, first of all, under the circumstances, no preseason games, but also splitting reps with both Phil and Melvin?
I mean, it's been different all around, definitely, especially no preseason, just making sure you take advantage of the reps that you get and just going all out because there is no preseason games. But at the same time, I think we've all done a good job of taking advantage of those reps and working into a rotation and getting the best out of it.
With the slight change in offensive philosophy and a change of offensive coordinator, do you feel like that this offense better fits your skill set as a bigger back?
I've been in a couple of systems, so far, even from college to transitioning into the NFL. So I think every time, I get the chance to learn a new offensive system, it just helps me showcase different abilities that I have, get to exploit different things in my game that I can do and all around just work on different things. So I like running this offense. It's definitely been a plus. Definitely a lot of plays that kind of suit things that I like to do, and I look forward to running more of it as they go on.
Now, it was interesting in the offseason when the Broncos signed Melvin Gordon. A lot of people kind of ran out to ask Phillip Lindsay how he felt about it. I don't remember a lot of people asking you how you felt about an addition to the running back room, because it had been you and Phil basically splitting reps the entire time for the last 2 years. So what did you make of that signing, and what do you think Melvin Gordon brings to the team?
I think he brings a lot. Initially, I was excited because we have another great back in the room. Already talented, just adding more depth to us. Definitely loaded at the position. So he brings a lot. He brings experience. He's a patient runner and obviously a big back. So he can do a lot of things out of the backfield as well. And just being able to see his running style as we've been practicing has also been a positive and a plus for me, because I like to look at other backs around the league and get the chance to have another caliber player like that in your room and see it on a day-to-day basis can only just help us all out.
Everybody's talking about the 1-2 punch there, Melvin Gordon and Phil Lindsay, but this is a three-headed Jabberwocky here with yourself involved. Last year you had a great opportunity to showcase your hands out of the backfield catching the ball. I think it surprised a lot of people how natural you were kind of as a receiver. Pat Shurmur loves to throw the ball to the running back. Is that something that you're really looking forward to this season?
Yeah, he's definitely expressed that to us as well. He always talks about backs out of the backfield being a weapon, defense on the toes, and being able to showcase catching the ball in the backfield last year is something I was really happy about. Ever since I was in college, I always try to work on being an asset and catching out of the backfield. So to hear him say that as a coordinator just makes us all want to improve in those areas, making sure that we are correcting that backfield to the defense.
I think there's a lot of hope that Drew Lock and the offense can build off of what you were able to do last year in those 5 games into this year. What did you notice about Drew Lock's style as a leader, and what do you notice about how maybe he's grown this offseason into the starting quarterback that you guys are going to have week 1?
Definitely young, vibrant, brings a lot of energy, and has embraced the role completely. He knows that we all have his back, and that we know he can go out there and get the job done, and he can make some phenomenal plays. And just to be himself, I think at the end of the day, that him just being himself, and he knows him being himself is going to take us to where we need to go, and we have to have his back and make plays for him.
Another running back you guys added to the room this year, Levante Bellamy, a little bit smaller guy than yourself, but you being now an elder statesman in this running back room, what advice can you impart to a guy like that?
Definitely just to take it slow. There's no preseason and things like that, but he's definitely showcased a lot of his skills all around since he's been here. And he's phenomenal. He's super fast. He's definitely quick, a lot of change of direction. And I just put myself in his shoes when I was coming in as a rookie, you have a lot of questions. You just want to give him feedback and try to guide him and see what the running game is like and how things go. And he's done a great job. He's a great dude and definitely a great teammate.
Last question here for you, Royce. Philip Lindsay talked about this earlier in the week about establishing the run and needing really to kind of flow the entire offense through the running game. But the fact is, teams have known that about you guys for a while. I mean, I remember a couple of years ago, you saw more stacked boxes than any other running back in the league. So how do you and the running game, how do you guys continue to thrive knowing that other teams are going to be targeting that portion of your team?
I think you just, like I say, you got to run the ball even successfully, even when they know you're going to run the ball. At the end of the day, we got the guys up front to get it done. Those guys up front are just beasts, and they're continuing to get better as we go along with the days as well. But we can't be afraid to go out there and establish it, and it's only going to make it easier for those weapons that we have on the outside. And those guys definitely are a plus because they're not afraid to block on the perimeter, and that's a plus for us, especially if we're trying to break long ones. So I think it works hand in hand, especially to get the pass game going and keep it from getting stagnated, especially out there on the field when they are keen on the run. Because we are a threat, so we should take it as a compliment, but sometimes we got to work for it. Something that's not good.
Awesome. Royce, thank you so much for the time. Really appreciate it.
I really appreciate it, y'all.
Well, that'll do it for this final episode of Training Camp Tonight, but be sure to tune in just 3.5 hours as your Denver Broncos take to Empower Field at Mile High for their final training camp practice. You can catch Training Camp live at 7:30 at denverbroncos.com or on Twitter, Facebook, or the Broncos YouTube channel for a live look-in. Also, stay tuned to all of our digital channels throughout the weekend as the Broncos set their 53-man roster Saturday by 2 o'clock Mountain Time. It really has been a pleasure being with you throughout the past 3.5 weeks for Broncos Training Camp. Thank you so much for watching Training Camp Tonight, powered by Ford.